Are you feeling overwhelmed with homeschooling and you just have no idea where to start? Well, don't worry. We have a workshop coming up just for you. It's called the Arise and Teach Hebrew Homeschooling Conference. And it's going to be on May 17, 2026. Join us and we can have support from families just like you.
Greetings, brothers and sisters. I am Sister Cece of PQLR1 Radio, where Yah is first. How are you all today? I hope you are well. And Yah is working a miracle in your life every day, as you know that he woke us up this morning. So, wow, that's a miracle within itself. So today we have a treat. We will be talking to our sisters about a homeschool conference that is coming up. Now, I know many of you have decided to homeschool and you still don't feel like you know what you're doing. There are many of you that have been homeschooling for a while, but you need that networking piece. So I think that this conference and this information today is going to give you everything that you need. We pray that it be that in Yah. Now, let me introduce our sisters. We got our sisters here. Actually, I'll let them introduce themselves. So why don't you sisters go ahead?
You want me to start? I start. My name is Sister Abigail, and I created the Hebrew Homeschooling Network. And I'm a mom of almost 3, and I've been married for almost 9 years. And so this is a little bit about me.
Okay.
Hello, I am Laura Kaiulia. I do a lot of different things. I'm also the founder of Segula Holistic Institute and Set Apart Hebrew Academy. So I get to work with all ages in the community, and that's what I do love. So teaching is my thing.
Praise Yah. Well, we thank you, sisters, for joining us today. And we're going to give you some hand claps right there. We thank you so much for all that you do in the kingdom, Sister Kaya. We know you. You've been here before. So praise Yah that you're back again and still running the race for us as kingdom people. That's wonderful. So Sister Abigail, let's start out with you. Let's kind of walk backwards a little bit. Now, again, this, I always tell people it's an organic thing. Like, don't be worried. Don't be afraid, because I'm like, it is just me. Like, I probably talk more than you. So I just love people to be comfortable. So in that, I told you that we would be talking about a testimony. Can you give a testimony unto Yah, like what he's done for you? Like, just tell us, give us a testimony of what he's done for you.
Yes, he's done a whole bunch. I mean, it's almost like you don't know where to begin, but where I would say I would start. I grew up in a large family, and, we were Christians, SDAs, but I just wasn't doing the right thing. Was still being disobedient, not following the ways of Yah. And I was in college at the time, and, God saved me from so much. He has protected me from a lot of evil influences of the world. So I did go to a private school, and I was kind of sheltered, but not really. But in this moment of like my full rebellion stage, just doing whatever I wanted to do, Yah sent someone to me who was like, very firm in his beliefs. And he was very adamant about, no sex before marriage. No, we're going to do the right thing. We're going to find some kind of church, we're going to do something, and we're going to, and, to me, I was like, oh, he's cute though. So maybe, but God sent him to really listen and to focus. And I mean, he has changed my life completely through him, but also just, through Yah. And so he's my husband today. We got married about 9 years ago, and he introduced me to Yah and all his ways, and we've been steadily learning and growing each and every day. And I mean, the change, I tell him all the time, like the change in my life from where I was into where I am now has been a complete change. The only thing I think has stayed the same is that I love teaching. And I've always loved teaching. My parents homeschooled me, so I'm a second generation kind of homeschooler. And I didn't homeschool the whole time, but most of my years in elementary, we homeschooled, and I absolutely loved it. And I know that I excelled and was very strong, even returning to school because of because of my parents' decision. And so I'm honored and thrilled that my husband is supportive of that as well. And yeah, I just have always loved teaching. And so I think this is where Yah has called me. And, he helped me to decide to do this homeschooling conference. He put it on my heart. And I've just been overwhelmed with the responses that I've gotten so far. And so I'm just blessed to be able to be the vessel for this to go through, because it's not all me. I'm just getting things organized, but Yah is amazing, and He is helping us move this along. Let me think. Forget anything? I think that's it. I think that's the gist of my coming to Yah story. He used my husband to wake me up and bring me to seeing the reality of who we are as a people, and encouraging me to teach that to my children as well.
Okay, well, I want to ask you, where did you meet your husband? Because you were in this state of rebellion,
Mhm.
and I guess obviously y'all gave you ears to hear, like, wait a minute, girl, you need to be stopping that.
Yeah.
And as he was doing that with you, he brought this man. So where did you all actually meet each other?
Well, he actually, it's funny. They always tell you to not meet people on Instagram, but we met on Instagram. He saw that I was wearing like our school shirt.
Mm.
Um, he was interested in going to the school, and he asked me about it. And you know, we met online. So, but he was coming to the academy, the college days, and we met via Instagram. But like I said, I was in the world, but he was too, but he knew what he was supposed to do, if that makes sense. He knew he
Yes.
was stopping things, and he had learned about being an Israelite and being called to Yah. So we were both kind of in between, that crazy stage, but he
Mm.
really pulled me out. And so I praise Yah for that.
Wow, that's amazing. That's an amazing testimony. And 9 years strong. Now, how many children do y'all have?
We have two and one on the way.
Oh, okay. And still building. That's beautiful. Praise Yah for that. Well, again, we thank you for being here today. Okay, sis, you're up next.
Hello, of course. There's just so much when it comes to the Most High, but I would say that my family wasn't very religious. So the journey with the Most High was more so the hearing of the Most High. I've heard him very young, at a young age. Didn't know what it was or who was talking to me or what was happening, but it was shaping a lot of things that I needed to do in my life. When I turned 22, which is so crazy because before I turned 22, I was the Most High who said, I need you to go to this college. And I didn't apply for it at all. And ended up getting a scholarship to the college. Anyway, I never filled it out. I never even thought about going to Virginia. So it was, I knew it was all the Most High. I was like, okay. But once I got to college was where the Most High was really starting to deal with me. Because I guess he needed to separate me from my family, but he started dealing with just presenting himself to me. At 22 is when I actually came into this walk, but it wasn't officially in the walk because it was just a whole nother journey of really learning like, oh, there's a culture, there's this, but I didn't understand it. So a lot of it was just me finding a church, planting myself in it, learning how to worship and pray and things like that. But then eventually I started like, this older lady, she came to me and she was like, the Most High told me to give this to you. When I opened it, it was his feast days. And I was like, well, what is this? She was like, I don't know, because she didn't celebrate it. She was like, I don't know, but he put it on my heart to give to you. So after a while, I just kind of kept it to myself, but I started looking up a lot of it, like he has feast days. How come nobody talks about this in the church? Where did this come from? And also me being single, never being with a man and things like that. So it was like, all right, Abba, if this is you, I pray that you will send me someone to teach me. It would be great if it would be my husband to teach me this. And I kind of kept it to myself. And then my husband He was in school all the way in Atlanta, and the Most High told him to come to Virginia, come back home to Virginia. He didn't know why. And when he came back home, he found me. And we were just friends at the time, but he kept talking about the things of the Most High. And I was like, wait, let me show you this folder. And he was like, yeah, the feast days is what you're supposed to be doing. So we kind of became best friends. So in my mind, we were just friends. But in his mind, he's like, I'm going to marry you. And I'm like, I don't really know you, but this is cool that we're learning this.
Mm-hmm.
But once we really started to get to know each other, it was like, wow, this is who the Most High has sent. Just how he teaches me, just everything that he does, his kindness, his love, everything that I was asking the Most High for, he literally gave it in a physical form. So I have all this love from the Most High spiritually, but now I have it physically also. And just how it all works out is crazy. Like even when I'm talking to the Most High, he will come and do exactly. I don't even have to argue with him because just go to the Most High and the Most High deals with him. So it just shows me how the Most High is intricate about what he does as long as you are willing to give it all to him. Ask him, say, hey, where should I go? What should I eat? How should I look? He's really intimate with you. So that has taught me a lot. And that literally transformed my life till this day. Even with teaching, like
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to be a teacher. I went to school to be a doctor. I wanted to do pediatrician.
Mm.
And he was like, I want you to heal my children. And I was like, yeah, be a pediatrician, right? He's like, no, teach them.
And you
You
said
know,
it just like that. Yeah, pediatrician, right? You talking to y'all like that?
no. I was like, teach them. That's a whole different ballgame. But I've been doing this for 10 years and I see it. I see how it heals them. I see what they need. I see the love and how they become who they're supposed to become because someone can see their gifts, their talents, and groom them into not even, I won't even say groom because the Most High put that in us. You know what I mean? So you're just here to pull it out of them so that they know what the purpose is and
Right.
they get to grow and become. We get to benefit from that too,
Mm-hmm.
because who they are is what's going to help us to heal and grow. So it's awesome, just how the Most High moves and
So let's
everything.
let's shout out your husband, the musical artist, Akeem Daweed.
Dawood Akeem, yes.
Daweed Akeem. You know, I call him both things. I switch it around, but yes, he's got some great music. And does he have some music coming out soon or?
Very soon, yes. He's working on his album now.
Okay. Well, shout out to him because he is definitely gifted of Yah and we appreciate him. Haven't talked to him in a while, but yeah, we got to set up an interview with him. So
All right.
again, thank you, sisters, for coming on and talking with me. So I'll give a little testimony concerning how I got into the homeschool. Now, way back when, I have, well, I still have a son, but back when he was about 7, I'd say, I remember going to his school. He had all these issues, and we know now it's because our children are not set to sit in a desk, be quiet all day, raise your hand. They're not robots, but it's called bad behavior. That's what they call it, behavior issues. So of course, because they get money from the government to put these labels on our children, they go ahead and tag them with this and that and get the IEP going, and they want you to go to the pediatrician and get medications and all this stuff. I didn't fall for that. But I remember going to his school one day, and at the time I was doing childcare, and I had my little children with me, and I went to the school, went right up to the window because his class was on the outside. And I saw him galloping around like a gorilla, like he literally was showing out. And I was like horrified. I was like, oh my goodness, what is going on? And I didn't really know much about a whole lot, but I did know what I knew. But now that I know what I know, it was a combination of being overstimulated, not having enough rest, needing to go back home, needing proper nourishment. And I mean, even as we fast forward today, I believe that there's a deviated septum. So he wasn't getting oxygen to his brain. But meanwhile, I knew I needed to take him out of school. And that's what I did. So I let him go to school for the first part of the day. But the second part of the day, because the school district has to do what the child needs, they have to accommodate. I had them have a bus bring him back home, like in the middle of the day, like around 11:30. I'd say 11:30, right before lunch. So he would have lunch at home, and then I would school him the rest of the day, And I looked at it as a punishment for him because I said, basically you don't know how to act at school, so you got to stay home and be schooled with me. And that's what I did. But little did I know that that was a seed planted from the Most High Yah. He was saying this is what needs to be done. And I was home anyway, just caring for other people's children instead of my own. So I didn't realize that what I was doing was what I should have been doing with all of them. Okay, so eventually he went back to school because I thought that's where he should be, because in our minds, we don't know that we are their first teachers. And that is perfectly fine for us to learn right alongside them and learn how they learn and do all these different things. He went back to school. But fast forward today. I am now homeschooling my granddaughter, who is 7. And
Oh,
so it's been a joy because not just because of me having the wherewithal to do these things, but the fact that I know that nobody can do a better job than me doing this job. Nobody can do, because this is my job. Nobody can do a better job than me, because not because of who I am, but because who is, and because he has put this down in me to do this for my grandchild. So it is not even a question of, oh, maybe I should go and enroll her here, or maybe I should try a private school, or maybe I should try this specialized school. No, not only that, I'm teaching her right now that she needs to homeschool her children. We went on a field trip to a very specialized school, and I'm going to take her on a field trip to a school, I'd say at least every month for a little while, so she can see what school looks like. So she will be horrified to send her children there. We went to a specialized school last week, and the administrator was great. She made it look wonderful. But we were walking down the hall, and I'm pretty sure she didn't mean for us to pass this person, but there was a male. He was probably 16. He was wearing women's clothing. She lost it, and I have to squeeze her hand because she's ready to go off. Um, and then we got to the car and we had our debriefing. And I told her, I said, this is what you will encounter at all schools. It doesn't matter what they say to you in these systems that, they're catering to you. And, they love to use this word neurodivergent and all of that stuff. They have a term for everything. But when you go to these schools and these school systems, you will see the same stuff because these people are seeking specialized care as well. And so you have to know that this is what you will encounter. And not only that, I told her they will kick you out because the lady said that any sort of unkind words, they will kick you out, you know. So I told her, I said, they will kick you out of here because you're going to try to say what you want to say to these people about Yah's word being true and that they need to come out of sin, and they're going to kick you out. So I am using that as a lesson to continue, not only to teach her homeschooling, but so she will have no doubt that she is the one that is the perfect person to teach her children. So that is who I am. So we can get on with the get on now for a minute.
hello, yeah.
Yes. So praise Yah for all of our testimonies and the things that he has us doing. So we have a homeschool conference that is going to be a blessing to many coming up, and that is going to be um, May 17th, correct?
Yes, ma'am. May 17th,
Okay.
Sunday, 2:30.
Okay, Sunday at 2:30. So what is it that we are what should we expect during this conference?
So what we have done is broken it down into sections. So we have speaker sections at like 2:30 to about maybe about 6 o'clock.
Mhm.
So you can log in at any time to hear the specific presentation from that speaker. Um, and then you will move into a panel discussion at 6 o'clock. So it'll be different people with different backgrounds, different inputs, be able to share their education background, maybe their knowledge, or their direct homeschooling experiences.
Mhm.
To even I think there's even like a brand new mom. She's starting this year, and so just having that information, that questions, and they'll be able to ask, the audience will be able to ask questions. And then following that directly, we'll have a networking session, which is basically a time where we're going to share any educational printables and resources and services that are created by Hebrews for Hebrews. And so that's the goal of the networking session. There's a lot more out there. I did not get to gather them all up. And so hopefully they find me and contact me for, Yah willing, next year. Because I do want to do this over again and get it bigger and, more resources available to more people. But that's the basic gist of the conference. And there's 3 speakers this year. Sister Kayuya is one. She's doing Finding Your Homeschooling, you're Finding Your Why, Homeschooling with a Purpose. And then another sister is doing Homeschooling 101. She's been a a homeschool teacher for a lot of years. I think it's definitely 10 plus. She's graduated like 4 kids and she has 4 right now. So she's very knowledgeable in this subject. She's going to be a great addition to this Homeschool 101. And then we're going to finish off with the speaker sessions with how to homeschool for almost free. I love that topic. I'm a very budget friendly person. My mom was a penny pincher and kind of taught that to me. And so I enjoyed this topic a lot. So I hope that will help other moms learn and see how to do it. Because, the internet and the social media persona of homeschooling is like you got to be wealthy to do all that. You have to have nice color coded, beautiful rooms and landscapes and things, and it's just not realistic. And that's not what real homeschooling truly looked like, when it started out. So, I kind of want to show people that you can do it on a budget. It's family friendly. That's the goal. So, I think I covered all your information, the questions? I think so.
Yeah, no, I mean, we're just here to let people know that this is going to be available, and we want to inform them every day, basically, so that they don't forget. And we want to also let them know how to sign up. How would they sign up for it?
Okay, so I will also send you a link.
Okay.
Because I'm working with free stuff. So my link is pretty long. So I'm not going to read it off to you. But I will send you a link that they could, click in the description box below. They could go to, my Facebook, Hebrew Homeschooling Network, Instagram at the same time, go there. And there's links like everywhere. I'm trying to been posting it a lot. So either any of those options. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So if they want to sign up for this conference, is it completely free?
Yes, ma'am. It's completely free. And I also wanted to say one more thing about the links. We will be doing a Zoom conference, but when it fills up, you can move to the YouTube stream. So either you can watch it on YouTube or be in the actual Zoom room. So you can go also to my YouTube channel, Hebrew Homeschooling Network, and watch it on the YouTube live.
And you have, well, I guess you have administrators on both ends helping you with all that.
Y'all will send me somebody. That would be a wonderful thing. If somebody knows how, wants to help volunteer with that part, I would love that.
Okay, I think I can volunteer with you.
Okay, that sounds wonderful.
Sign me up, sis. I mean, because I learned best by kinesthetic tactile, I've got to be doing so that I learn, and I'm happy to be a part to continue to build this, because there's a lot of information out there concerning concerning homeschooling. We're here in South Carolina. You're in South Carolina, praise Yah. And the thing is, there's so many different groups out there. There are what do you call them? They call themselves secular homeschool, and then you have just regular Black people, whatever that is. Then you got Afrocentric Black people, and then you got the boule Black people, and then you have so many. So when you can come into I'm sorry, the Christians. We forgot about the Christians. Got the Christians. Yeah. And so, you could try to align with them all you want, but you're going to fall out. You're going to fall out, because there are some differences there. And that's just the reality. I'm not trying to be mean or whatever. That is the reality. So to come into this type of environment, we even have differences within ourselves, of course, it's written. But I believe that this is going to be the best fit for everyone, that believes, yeah. So it's going to be a great time for all. And to continue building, so, just like a directory, who's in your area? How can you meet up with them and that sort of thing? I myself have a newsletter that I put out weekly concerning different activities that are going on in the area. So if we can kind of get that going in everybody's area so they'll know like where some meetups will happen. And even if
Yeah.
you develop co-ops and all of that, I think just the brainstorming of it all is fun. So yeah, I'm excited about it. Sister Kyle, do you have something else that you want to add? We don't want to leave you out.
No, 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 I'm good.
Oh, you're good.
I think the topic finding your why is also very good too because homeschooling is hard, and if you don't have a why, it's hard to keep going.
Mm,
Definitely in this homeschooling walk, especially when you have new children. You're giving birth to another child. So, you have to focus on that. How
yeah.
do we continue on and not leaving the older children behind? So there's a lot of whys that we need to really sort out. And I know that when we talk about the system, kind of like you were talking about, you saw your son, you're like, oh, this is my why.
Mm,
I got to take him out. But a
mhm,
lot of times, those emotions around your why is really, really important. Because if you do it because this was the problem, then you forget the real reason, the real why of why the Most High called you to do this
mhm,
wonderful thing, which is to teach them diligently. So,
mhm.
yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. The why is definitely important because what does the Bible say? A wise man builds his house upon a rock. So that why is your rock. It is your foundation, which he's in that, which is telling you that you must train up your child in the way that they should go when they're old, they won't depart from it. If you're in regular school, these people are training your children up and they
Yeah.
are not training them up in the ways of Yah. We know that. And for some reason, people think that you can undo what is being done 8, 9 hours a day. Don't add in before and after school programs. Don't add in the fact that they are influenced by other children who, I'm
Hmm.
just going to be real, have demonic spirits. Like, just period, point blank. They're affected by all kind of things. So to think that your children are not affected by these things that go on, I mean, that is misinformation. And so we do have to have that strong rock of foundation of the why we do this. And that would help us to keep going. That would help us to remember that y'all gonna look at you and say, you had one job, and we'd be like, yes, I did had one job and I decided to whatever you decided to do. So we have to make sure that we're an encouragement to one another versus a discouragement in this because it is important work as wives, even as husbands, as we are rearing these children up in Yah, we have to be able to support each other.
And to speak on that topic of encouragement, I am trying to not let this be just a one-time event, a conference. I have a Facebook group, but I want to make it a growing and a learning and encouraging, like you're saying. I want us to be able to pray with each other, have monthly Zoom calls and, encouraging chats and things like that. Because, like you said, there's women all over the world, they get support from homeschooling groups in different ways. But if we have a homeschool group that's just for us, we don't have to be afraid of, what this lady's going to say and I can't use this word. You know what I'm saying? Like we
Right.
can just gather together in one spot and encourage each other and help each other grow and learn from older moms and younger moms and all of this. I mean, I think it'll be a beautiful thing. So that's also one of the goals is to create more encouraging spaces for mothers in prayer
Yes, yes, I definitely
and
agree.
fathers.
I definitely agree. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a commercial break. I'm Sister Cece. You listen to PQLR1 Radio, where Yah is first. If you like what you're hearing here, make sure you go to our website. www.pqlr1radio.org, where you can listen to the Word of Yah 24/7. All right. Well, we're going to take a little commercial break and we'll be back with you soon. Praise Yah.
Are you feeling overwhelmed with homeschooling and you just have no idea where to start? Well, don't worry. We have a workshop coming up just for you. It's called the Arise and Teach Hebrew Homeschooling Conference. And it's going to be on May 17, 2026. Join us and we can have support from families just like you.
All right, everyone. I'm Sister Cece. Thank you so much for listening to PQLR1 Radio, where Yah's first. Make sure you join us on social media, on YouTube, as well as Facebook, Instagram, everything, all of those things. Join us. All right. And if you would like to interview with us, reach out to us, PQLR1Radio at gmail.com. That's PQLR, the number 1 radio at gmail.com. All right, let's get back into it. We're talking to our sister Abigail, our sister KL. We're talking about the homeschool conference that is coming up May 17th. Let's get back into it. So we were talking about many things concerning this and community and how we're going to keep it going. It's not going to be a one-off. We want to create lists of, just different groups. We are in South Carolina, and as you and I discovered, only like an hour and 53 minutes away. I say, if you have a car, nothing's too far. We can make it happen.
I agree.
Yeah.
I talked to my husband about it today, and he was like, "Yeah, let's do it." So that sounds good.
Let's do it for real. So, sis, are you in Arizona? I think you are.
Texas.
What part?
I'm in Texas.
Are you in Houston or Dallas?
I am going to be in Houston soon. So Houston.
Oh, you're moving from somewhere else and you're moving.
Yeah, I'm in East Texas right now, but we're moving to Houston.
Okay, perfect. All right. Well, get ready for the traffic because that place is packed. Wow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nothing wrong with it though. Wherever Yah leads, I mean, he will make a way. Okay, so now with that being said, are you looking for other sisters? Like we talked about, Sister Abigail, we talked about having people, man the station of this whole thing, because I think it's going to be big. I think it's going to be a lot of people. Are you looking to develop, I would say, like liaisons or peer mentors to those who are, regionally located, but they've been doing this for a long time?
Honestly, that's a great idea. I haven't thought of that.
Okay.
That's a great idea, though. That's why I wanted to have these conversations, because I want this to be what people need. You know what I'm saying? And I know right now that I couldn't, do a co-op per se, in that way. But I would love to have people that are able to do that. Meetups and do all of that. So that's a great idea. I'm completely on board with that. And hopefully we can kind of like make a team, and people who are willing to participate and make a team and move that forward, because it's a great idea. I love that.
Okay, well, perfect. Well, let's continue to cultivate prayerfully in just different ideas. I mean, there are so many people that are doing homeschool that kind of stated themselves, but they are doing some tremendous things. I mean, like you said, the one sister, she, has already graduated some children. We need to see that perspective, because if we're kind of just stuck in first grade, you just can't even imagine getting to even middle school. It's like, what? Middle school? Wait, I don't know algebra, so then you get a little afraid, but no, we don't need to be afraid, because we can be trained early on how we should attach ourselves to these things,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I was even thinking, to kind of move it further than just the conference, is maybe even be able to do the conference in person one year, do something like that. But really just keep the networking alive and find local groups to hang out together. And, I think that would be very important, because like I said, this walk is very lonely. It's already a set apart life. And I love, man, I laughed, because I think that is one of the greatest things that you just did for your daughter, your granddaughter.
Mhm.
to take her on trips to the school and
Mhm.
say, this is why, because you're not like sheltering. And I was
Mhm.
debating this with my son, um, you know, when people are saying, oh, oh, school is this great thing, and you should be in school. But how do I express to him,
Mhm.
you know, what is terrible about it? And that was like a great idea. And I'm like, oh, I got to use that now. I got
Mhm.
to call people and get in there and show him, yeah, there might be fun sounds outside on the playground, but they only get to play for 15 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Versus you get to play for 2, 3 hours a day. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Or, whatever. So I think that's something very important. I love that idea. I wrote it down because I'm sure
Okay.
remember
Well,
and
I
use.
mean, this is the thing. So, in what you have already put down in them, what you do is you take them on the trip and then you ask them, what did they think about it? And
Yeah.
then you just quarterback it all. Well, this is what I noticed. What did you think about this? Because the one that I have, oh, she is all over everything. She understands. But it was only Yah that brought that homosexual out. You know what I'm saying? While we were walking down the hall, because it was like, cue the homosexual, and he came out. It was like, whoa, okay. Here, when we went through all these other little areas, everything looked fun. Like they
Yeah.
even had an area where if you're overwhelmed, you can go in and you can play. Well, she was like, oh my goodness, look at this. I can
Mhm.
stop working and come in here and play, and I just said, let me not say anything because you immediately want to say, but no, this is, no, I didn't have to say a word. We kept walking, we kept going, and I was able to talk with her. And I said, did you see how just children were randomly here, there, and everywhere? And I asked the lady about it. She said, we don't not trust them until they give us a reason not to trust them. Well, we're talking about children who have to be reared. So you mean to tell me that something crazy could happen, but then at that time, that's when you decide not to trust them, you know? So they
Yeah.
could be in the hallway. They could be doing all sort of things you don't know. They could be in the bathroom doing all sort of things you don't know. Now, again, these children came from regular public school,
Right.
you know, and they're in regular houses without Yah.
Yeah.
So you're going to encounter things. And there's
Right.
no way I put my baby in these sort of environments just because you're saying that they're specialized. And this is
Right.
what people have to know. Even private school, my own children were bullied in private school because they were the only Black kids there. All kind of things happen. And you're hoping because everybody's a Christian that it's all great. I should have
Yeah.
known better. I was
Yeah.
the only Black girl in my class in Christian school, and I was bullied by the teacher. But for
Mhm.
some reason, some switch shuts off. But we've got to know that this is not a pass the ball to someone else when they turn 5. No,
Right.
they are with you for life, period. They are with you for life because you're constantly teaching them.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm just grateful for this because Yah is allowing these seeds to be planted. He is allowing for people to rethink putting them in children. Because if you look in these Facebook groups, you'll see people whining and complaining about homeschooling. Like, oh,
Right.
I think I'm not good enough. I don't think I should be doing. I mean, they'll say all kind of things because they want somebody to bring out a violin and an orchestra for them. We
Yeah.
are all doing this. Now, do you need support? Yes, we can support you, but stop saying that you don't want to do it or you're tired and we all are. We're all tired. Go take a nap and get up and start again because that's just what it is. You don't have another choice. You don't. So, I mean, I think if we're there for each other, we can have a better outlook on these things. When we have community, we don't feel alone and just all this other stuff that we need to put together. I think we'll be okay. So this is a great start.
I agree.
Mhm.
I think one thing that you were saying, um, about your experience in public school, at your private school, um, it kind of is the same way for me. And that's how I think it kind of affected me mentally to do the things that I did.
Mhm.
I went to a private, Adventist education, SDA. I don't know. It's a Seventh Day Adventist church. It was
Mhm.
a school. It was supposed to be private school. Was wonderful, right?
Mhm.
But as I went through, I was really one of the only, well, not only, but there was very few Black girls there.
Mhm.
And so, and all the boys were white boys and they weren't interested in Black girls. You see what I'm saying? So when I finally got to college and got this, oh, she's a Black girl, she's pretty, she's cute, or whatever, even in their mind, my brain just like exploded. And then I went and did some crazy stuff because of the mental conditioning of like, you're not pretty, you're not beautiful enough. And no one's outrightly said it, but if no one is interested or no one likes you or whatever, you know what I'm saying, that still is a effect that it mentally affects you as you go through life. So I mean, we can protect our children from even that foolishness, because I mean, we're not supposed to be dating and things anyway, but we can protect them by showing them the beauty that is our ancestors were literally Bible characters. You see what I'm saying? It's not just a figment of our imagination. And so I think that's a beautiful thing. And that's why I have a lot of people that I know are creating imagery and books, showcasing
Mhm.
our history and our identity within the Israelite community. And it's a beautiful thing, but I think it helps us to really to give our children an identity and an image that they can look towards and say, look, I'm beautiful. I am strong. I have great ancestors. I love to hear my son. He'll always say, our forefather, he made a joke the other day. He said, hey, mommy, Jacob is our forefather, right? And I said, yes. He's like, not our five fathers, though. And I thought that was great. But anyway, so, it's just good to be able to have these conversations with our kids and to show them, you know, Yah is a Black man. You look like Yah. You know what I'm saying? It's beautiful.
It is a beautiful thing, and it's good that you can see that your son definitely understands because he's able to make jokes, so that means he understands. That's beautiful. Praise Yah. Well, I'm definitely excited about this. So, if you all don't have anything else to say, we can go ahead and conclude this and make sure that we package everything so beautifully so that everyone can know when to attend. So, let's go ahead and tell them one more time: one, how to reach you; two, how to connect with the Zoom and the YouTube and all of that stuff; and three, anything else that you might want to know or they might
Okay.
want to know.
So you can view. Okay, let's start. No, you said start at the beginning. Okay, so you can connect with me through Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, a few other things, but those are the main ones. And it's all Hebrew Homeschooling Network. So you can find me there. And to be able to actually log into the conference, it'll start at 2:30 and will end around 9-ish. I know it's pushing it, but I had to work with it. So
Mhm.
it starts at 2:30, and you can log in on the Zoom at any time, and but when it fills up to the capacity of 100 people, then you will move to the YouTube. You can either go to YouTube first, but that's what the capacity for Zoom will be. So if you need the Zoom link, you must register. So how you register is you go to, I'm going to send you the link, but
Mhm.
you can also go to any of my 4 pages that I just said, YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, and there will be a link there. And you just click it and you register. That way I can send you the Zoom link. Because we don't want everybody in there. We want it to be a private event that you can see it on YouTube if you like to see it, unpublicly, but we want to kind of still keep a security about it. So
Right.
if we'll do that, go there, and I think that's it. Um,
Okay.
it starts 2:30, and that's it.
That sounds wonderful, sis. So we are excited about it. And again, we're going to keep the ball rolling, keep the perpetual support going so that no one feels alone. Um, Perhaps set up some peer liaison situations where people can, connect. That would be really good. Um, yeah, I'm just so thankful for this in this time. Your videos are definitely getting some tread on social media. That's a good thing. Yeah, so we'll trust Yah that He gives you the energy and strength to do what needs to be done concerning this. And what is the African saying? If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go something, something, go together. What is it? If you want to do something,
Yeah.
you want to go, oh, if you want to go far, go together.
Further, yeah.
It is, yeah. So we want to go far. So we better go
Yeah.
together, right? Yeah, we've already gone fast. We've gone too fast. So so if we go far together, I think that this will be a better outcome for our children and our grandchildren. For those who are like me, caring for your grandchild or grandchildren, that's a whole nother spectrum of life. We can even
Right.
develop groups around that if you're a kinship caregiver,
Yeah.
because that is the thing. But we are thankful to the Most High Yah who allowed us to come together on this here internet that has been used for many different things, but we're using it for His glory. So we are so thankful to that. But again, thank you, sisters, for joining me here. We look forward to connecting again soon. Again, this is Sister Cece. I am of PQLR1 Radio, where Yah is first. Please join us at www.pqlr1radio.org, where you can listen to Yah's music and this interview. You can listen to all of our broadcasting 24/7. You can also go to our YouTube channel where you can see, also, what is it? Spotify. You can listen to Be Well Wednesday, where we talk about holistic, organic, vegan lifestyles. So make sure you join us. We are excited for you to join us. And if you want to reach out to us, do so social media as well. But thank you, sisters. We look forward to this conference, and to Yah be the glory. Praise Yah.
Well, yeah.
Hallelujah.